Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source, and what a bloodbath last night, man. I went 1-5-1 against the spread.
You suck! Get it! You suck!
It wasn't just the fact that I had a horrible night too, it was the way I lost some of these games. I went 1-5-1 against the spread. Of the 5 losses, 4 of them were covering in the second half, 3 of them were covering in the fourth quarter. Just a night full of heartbreaks for me. All that money I won on Tuesday night, gave it all back and then some. But hey, let's put it in the past. Today's a new day. Got 7 NBA games to run through. I also threw in 1 college basketball bet I like too. So let's go.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. Source. Hey, get the Source.
Lakers on the road in Indiana here. This is a 7 p.m. tip-off. Totals at 240.5. Line is Indiana plus 1.5. Kind of bounces back and forth between 1.5 and 2. As I'm recording this, it's Indiana plus 1.5. Public is heavy on the Lakers. Public and money on LA. Let's take a quick look at the spreadsheet. According to our model, the line for this game should be Indiana plus 1.82. So that's right on par with what this line is. No lean at all. Good news for Indiana. It looks like Tyrese Halliburton is back in the lineup. We don't know that for sure, but it looks like he's going to play tonight, which means we can finally start handicapping this Pacers team normally again. We had to put him on auto fade for a brief stretch there. Remember, when Tyrese Halliburton got hurt, the Pacers were on a heater. They were 8-2 in a 10-game stretch, and they also were 5-0 against the spread in 5 straight home games. So they were starting to cook up, and then their best player goes down. Since then, they are 1-10 in their last 11 games without him. The Lakers like to play a fast-paced basketball game, right? They love to push the floor. Well, so does Indiana. The Lakers are going to come into Indianapolis and try to out-Pacers the Pacers. They literally can't make this total high enough for me. I'm taking the over at 240.5. As far as picking a side, I'm going to go with Indiana. I'm going to take Pacers plus 1.5, but my favorite bet in this game is the over at 240.5 next game. How about we talk some Big Ten basketball next? We got Michigan on the road in Northwestern. This is a 7 p.m. start. Totals at 139. Line opens up Northwestern minus 4.5, but everyone's betting Michigan. Public's on Michigan, money's on Michigan, and the line continues to drop. As I'm recording this, the line is all the way down to Northwestern minus 3. I haven't watched as much Big Ten basketball as I would like to this season. Obviously, I'm a big NBA fan, so those get the main TVs. That being said, Michigan's coming off back-to-back losses here, and Hunter Dickinson, their star center, is coming off his worst game of the season in that blowout loss to Penn State. These two teams just met. Michigan and Northwestern just played about 2 weeks ago. Michigan beat them, and they dominated the rebounding battle, 41-29. In fact, Hunter Dickinson had 15 rebounds on his own. I don't see why Michigan won't come into Northwestern and do the exact same thing, completely clean up on the glass, which is why I'm taking the points, giving Michigan plus 3 next game. Memphis on the road in Cleveland. This is a 7:30 start time. Totals at 224. Line opens up Cleveland minus 4.5, but now it's up to 6, and everyone's on the Cavs. The last time I looked before recording this, 92% of the money on Cleveland. Let's take a quick glance at the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Cleveland minus 4.83. That's about a 1-point lean on Memphis. Quick breakdown of the matchup. Obviously, Memphis loses a heartbreaker last night. They blow a fourth quarter lead to Portland. The Memphis Grizzlies have now lost 6 of their last 7 games. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 21-6 at home on the season. The Memphis Grizzlies are just 11-15 on the road on the season. So why would I bet Memphis here? I have 2 reasons why I'd bet Memphis. Reason number 1, like I said in Tuesday's video, I don't really trust this Cleveland Cavaliers team at home like I did a month ago. They beat the Bucks without Giannis and Middleton. They beat the Clippers without Paul George and Kawhi. They lost to the Warriors. These are all home games for Cleveland. They lost to the Warriors without Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Wiggins. I went through it all on Tuesday, which is why I bet Miami plus 4.5 in that game in cash. Reason number 2 why I'd bet Memphis here. Remember how I just said Memphis is just 11-15 on the road? Well, they're actually 4-13 on the road against the West. Want to know what they are on the road against the Eastern Conference? 7-2. This team dominates the East. Memphis needs this game so badly. I don't care that they're on a back-to-back. I don't think they're resting anybody. They need to start winning. They need to snap this streak. I'm getting 6 points with one of the best teams in the NBA. Give me Memphis plus 6 next game. Miami Heat on the road in Madison Square Garden. This is a 7:30 start. Total's just 215.5, somewhere in there. This line keeps bouncing back and forth between 1.5 and 2. Knicks are underdogs at home. Public is heavy on the Miami Heat in this one. Tickets on the Heat, money's on the Heat. This is as of earlier today. So let's take a quick glance at the spreadsheet. According to our model, it's saying the Knicks should be favored. Knicks minus 1.63, so that's about a 3-point lean on New York. To be honest, it does seem like a really good spot to bet the Knicks. I mean, you got Miami coming off a real tough physical win in Cleveland. Knicks are coming off back-to-back losses, and that last one against the Lakers was a heartbreaker. This is a team that needs a win. Miami likes to play a slow, grinded out defensive basketball game. Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks are happy to play that kind of game. So I'm going to take the Knicks here. Definitely not one of my favorite bets. I'm not sure if it even makes the ticket, but give me Knicks plus 1.5 next game. Charlotte on the road in Chicago here. This is an 8 p.m. start. Totals at 237. Line opens up Chicago minus 6.5. And we got a pros versus public game. We had 4 of these yesterday, and the public went 3-0-1 against the sharp money. Something to keep in mind. In this one, the public is definitely leaning Charlotte Hornets. Sharp money is definitely on Chicago Bulls. Line does drop from 6.5 down to 6. Let's take a look at our spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Chicago minus 6.16, so that's 0 lean at all. All right, so the Charlotte Hornets are now 3-0 against the spread in their last 3. They beat the Miami Heat. They beat the Chicago Bulls. Yes, it's a rematch. And then they just went into Milwaukee and covered against the Bucks. Is that enough of a sample size? 3 games. Is that enough of a sample size to start handicapping the Hornets as a middle tier team rather than a bottom tier team? Really tough to say at this point. It's obvious that the offense is starting to show up for Charlotte. It's something to keep in mind. But like I said earlier, these teams just played exactly 1 week ago, and Charlotte kind of embarrassed the Bulls. They beat them by 15. So I'm betting them to split. I'm taking the Bulls. Chicago's just 1-3 in their last 4 games. This is a team that really needs a win against a team that they just lost to, that they should have beat at home in front of their home crowd. I'm going to lay the points. Give me Chicago minus 6 next game. New Orleans on the road in Dallas. This is an 8:30 tip-off. Totals at 223.5, I believe. Line Dallas minus 4.5, and it's still at minus 4.5. Hasn't moved at all. Action was definitely on the Pelicans early, but if you look closely, looks like the books have been taking Dallas money all morning. Take a quick glance at our spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Dallas minus 4.18. So another game with really not much of a lean. Our model's just on point here. The New Orleans Pelicans have officially lost 9 straight basketball games. They've gone from the 1 seed to the 10 seed in just 17 games. And if they lose tonight, they will be out of a playoff spot in the Western Conference officially. But New Orleans gave us some hope in the last game. I don't know if you watched. I was watching it because it was the last game on. Pelicans at Nuggets. I had Denver minus 6.5. The Pelicans played Denver tough as hell on the road in that game. I did end up cashing that Denver minus 6.5 ticket at the end, but I mean, Denver squeaked that cover out. And I remember when I was watching, I was thinking, yo, I'm going to start betting this Pelicans team because it looks like they're officially coming back. And honestly, on the other side, I just don't know what to say about the Dallas Mavericks right now. They're just, what, 5-9 in their last 14 games? Ready for this? Since January 1st, so an entire month and change, the Dallas Mavericks are just 18th in offensive efficiency and 27th in defensive efficiency. We're talking about a 32, 33-day sample size here. This isn't just like a week. It's a big sample size as Dallas is analytically one of the bottom 10 teams in the NBA. So I'm going to start capping the Mavericks at that rate until they show me something different. So I'm doing it. I'm backing the Pels here. I think they snapped the losing streak tonight. I'm taking the points. Give me New Orleans plus 4.5 next game. Golden State on the road in Denver, 9 p.m. start. Totals at 232. Line was at Denver minus 10, I think. Then it was 11. Now it's 12, maybe even 12.5. Sharp money on Denver as of earlier today. Golden State's on a back-to-back, and it looks like Steph, Clay, and Wiggins are all going to sit. I'm not touching this game with a 20-foot stake. Next game. Game of the night, maybe game of the week, game of the month. I'm pumped for this one. Clippers on the road in Milwaukee here. This is a 10 p.m. start. Total is 230.5. Line, Milwaukee minus 4.5. And we got another pros versus public look here. Public is definitely on the Milwaukee Bucks. Sharp money definitely on the Clips. Line never moves. Still looking at Bucks minus 4.5 as I'm recording this. One of these streaks has to come to an end. The Bucks have won 5 straight, and the Clippers have won 6 straight with Paul George and Kawhi on the floor. Something's got to give here. To be honest, I don't know how much betting value I see in this game. I'm just excited to watch it. I'm going to take the Clips and the points just because I think it's going to be close, and I'd take whatever team was getting 4.5. I truly think the Bucks healthy at home and the Clippers with Kawhi, Paul George, and Marcus Smart, the healthy Clippers, I think that's 2 top 5 teams in the NBA. So this should be an absolute clash tonight. So give me Clippers plus 4.5. I'm going to throw a few dollars on it because I'll be watching it, but like I said, I don't see a ton of value. I'm just excited to watch the game. If any of these bets change due to injury updates, money shift, line movement, anything like that, I will let you know on Twitter, so give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final top bets and the parlay of the day, we're gonna need a bounce back after last night, but you can get that at kylekirms.com or download the Sauce Network app if you're interested. NBA Thursday, and a college game in there through college one. Let's have a nice night. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you on Twitter.